Amjad Kiyani joined my batch program, and today he's sharing his success story. This is a long due success story that we were just discussing. He had a very busy schedule with the Ramadan, Eid, and multiple other things that we could not record. But today he had some flexibility. I said, okay, let's jump in. Let's share your success story. So you gave exam in center, right?
Yes, sir. In center.
Okay. You gave exam in center. So let's discuss about that thing. Which center was it? Because in Saudi, it is very important. And when did you book exam? Like how early you booked the exam?
As you know, sir, initially there was the centers were in Dammam and in Riyadh, so I was not getting the dates in recent days. Uh, the most recent date was around 2 months later, and fortunately there was one center, a newly opened center here in Riyadh,
Okay.
and I was checking through the dates someday, and I found out that there's a new center, and in a week I got the date. So I went away
Oh, this is a
right
new
away.
center in Riyadh?
Yes, in Riyadh, it's a new center. Yes.
That's good. That's good. Okay. So how was the center?
The center is it's a new building, and it's a kind of construction right now, but still the available facilities were fine, and whatever needed for the preparation for the exam, the basic things all were available.
Mm,
So I had no issue giving the exam and going for it. And it's also nearby in the center of Riyadh, so
mm.
uh, it's a good center. Yeah.
So how did you manage time? Like how the time management was?
Um, Basically, there were a few things that I would like to mention. Initially, you told me to do the breathing exercises, if you
Mm,
remember. Those were very helpful. Um, it gave you the energy, and it prepared you um, for the tense time. And there were a few people who were reading their notes. You were looking at their notes before the exam. Very bad idea, I would say. You explicitly told us not to study anything before the exam,
mhm,
and that also helped. At least your mind was very clear before taking the exam.
mhm,
Um, the survey time, I took the exam. I took the survey time, and then the first part of it, I cleared in 50 minutes. Although I was
50
hoping
minutes?
that, yeah, it was. I don't know how I cleared it, because I was hoping that it would be a punch on my face, but somehow I didn't rush actually. I was quite comfortable, but somehow I cleared all those questions in 50 minutes, and I was a little surprised also.
Mm,
Um, the first part. Maybe it was a little easier than others. Then I took the 10 minutes break and kept the breathing exercises, walked in, and I didn't eat any chocolate or water because I'm fasting, but the break was good. I saw a few people there who were also there for PMP exam, but they didn't take the break.
mm,
So I think that was a bad idea.
mm,
And the second part, I took 90 minutes.
mm.
Um, I'm not sure if it was a difficult one, but it was definitely lengthier and a bit tricky as well. And I was sleepy also.
Mm.
So
Sleepy? Why sleepy?
yeah. I think it's with you also, when you feel like there is a longer sentences, a longer article, you feel lethargic.
Okay,
So,
okay.
although you told me to slow down, but I tweaked your strategy a bit, and I kept reading faster. Although I had to read like 2 to 3 times, but I kept the pace, so that my mind at least gets back, and that's why maybe I took 90 minutes on the second phase.
Mm,
Then I took another break. In the third phase, it was around, I think, 80 minutes I cleared, and there were still a few minutes remaining when I passed out. So all in all, it was and I would say it was an easy exam. Not the perception I had was it's a dry exam. It's a very difficult, and I'm not prepared enough. But alhamdulillah, it was with your guidance and with your support, it was very easy. I
Mm.
was comfortable. Yeah.
Mm. Okay, okay, that's an important thing to look into that. Okay, let's talk about a little bit more detail into that. Which topic was more highlighted into the exam?
Agile.
Agile.
Yeah. Hybrid, agile, Scrum, um, stakeholder communication, teams. There were many questions on communication, conflict, how to manage stakeholders, how to manage the team, new members enter the team, some people leave the team, some resources not available, those kind of questions. And there were a few questions from risk as well,
Mm.
and one question from quality, one from procurement.
Mm.
Scope, schedule, cost, there were a few questions like the ones calculating the CPI and
Mm.
those, but no calculator was involved. There was
Mm.
one question for the closing as well, where the sequence of it. We've done many times that. So just one moment, sir. I'll get the battery.
Okay. No problem. So this is an important thing for everyone that you need to understand what happens in initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and control and closing. Every step into that, you need
Yeah,
to have understanding it. Please continue.
yeah. So one question was from closing. There was no CPM question at all. Um, there was one question there was a graph and they asked to check. It was a burned down chart, I guess. And there was one question from there. There were two drag drop questions. They were easier, although I've heard that many people find it difficult to the drag drop questions, but it was easier, not a big deal. And the second question from the exam, it was from PERT. They
Mm.
explicitly asked for the PERT, and I saw a similar question in the mocks as well. But
Mm.
there was it was a bit tricky that they didn't ask for the to calculate the total amount, but they asked for the how much was the loss actually. So uh, it was a bit tricky.
Mm.
But there was one question, a formula question.
Okay, okay, that's great. That's great. What would be your advice to the people who are appearing in future, how they should prepare for the exam?
Number one thing is to set the goals.
Mm.
I I would like to show you one. This is what I wrote in the beginning when I joined your program, and
Mm.
I cut it multiple times. I failed to appear in the exam
Put
like
it down. I will make
three
a picture
months.
of it. Put it a little
Sure.
down. No, no, no. Here, here. Yeah, I'll make a picture of it.
So 3 months I was struggling and I did not pass. I was not able to appear in the exam. But I
Mm.
kept going, and in the end, I finished it. So the first thing is to set the goal,
Mm.
and secondly, it's I would say keep going.
Mm.
There were many times when I was not able to allocate ample amount of time for the studies, and there were many roadblocks on the way. But still, I kept going. I remembered your quote that one is greater than zero. So always, even you have to take baby steps. Just keep going. So this
Mm.
is something that we have to keep in mind. Also, the the mindset helped me a lot. There are many students who have self-doubt in them. I would say just be optimistic and remove the
Mm.
self-doubts. I think you play a very important role in removing this self-doubt. Actually, if you remember our first meeting, our first call, I had self-doubts also in me because in back in 2015, I also enrolled in one PMP course, but I did not clear it. So it was like 7 years, and I was still feeling inconfident that I might not pull it off. but you gave me the courage, and eventually I was able to do it. So always have a good mindset, be optimistic, don't have any self-doubt in yourself.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. That is an important thing. Always be confident and always move towards that thing. Okay, Faisal and Varshuli, do you have any question you would like to ask? Faisal, Varshuli? Okay, Amjad Saab, when I met your friends, I still remember. Virtually, please, you can ask the question. When I met before leaving to Dubai, your friends, Abdul Wahid, and the entire gang, they specifically ask when Amjad Saab will clear the exam. And when you cleared the exam, Abdul Wahid Saab specifically messaged me, "Sir, you did not record it, posted his journey." And this was the reason I was continuously asking that you have
Okay.
a entire group there that is linking there. So I needed to make sure that your journey is also celebrated, and that's one of the reason I was continuously. Go ahead, Varshuli. Varshuli, go ahead,
Hello,
please. Hmm.
hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Sir, you said that you were feeling sleepy. Actually, same problem I'm facing in my mock. Whenever I'm solving the mocks after 30 question, I my mindset is like I just want to finish it and check the scores. And after 30 question, like I actually drained out and like feeling very sleepy. And when I'm trying to sleep after mock, I can't sleep.
That's the
So how you
nervousness.
have managed that?
Yeah, the same thing happened to me. That's why I tweaked Sir's strategy. Um, Whenever I felt sleepy, I would just go through the questions in a fast pace so that my mind keeps engaged. And tell you what, for the mocks, even if you are, it's kind of you have to fall in love with the process. You know, if you're not able to solve 30 questions in one sitting, how will you attempt like 180 questions? So always go for the yeah, just keep going. It's kind of it will build your endurance on the long way. In the start it's difficult, but after you like if you keep going, after like a few mocks, you will feel comfortable in it. And the sleepiness, try to do what even in the simple mocks like 30 mocks or 60 mocks, just keep a timer running. uh, Although there are not time boxed, but still you have a there are certain apps on your
That's good.
computer,
Google
on your
Google
mobile.
timer is there. Google timer is there.
Yeah, just make sure you run the timer and you go through so that your mind does not wander away, and it keeps engaged in the questions, and it keeps the track that the time is passing and I have to keep myself looking at keeps myself engaged in the questions. That's why that's how you will eventually do it. But keep going. It will eventually you'll get good at it.
I really like it what you said. Keep going, one step at a time, and you will be PMP in some time.
Definitely.
Right?
Yes,
One
sir. Yes.
one step at a time. That is one of the most important thing that we need to look into that once we do one thing, let's do the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing. If we have all those things one step at a time, I'm sure that you can get it done. Amjad Saab send me a good picture, maybe wearing taking that in your hand, your goal set. I will make a thumbnail and I will upload it even today. Thank you very much,
Inshallah,
sir.
sir.
It was finally an honor to record your journey. And yeah, looking forward to do follow the same what your friends did. Each one teach one is the mantra of care. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely.